want to call it. Gold Morgan. All right. May have mentioned this a little yesterday. But my question is, when I say there's a tornado and a stack of paper and several bottles of ink, an actual tornado, an actual stack of paper, and an actual several bottles of ink. Not infinite paper, not infinite ink, not an infinite tornado. Well, let's just say a limited but long-lasting tornado. That's the most unrealistic thing, is a tornado that lasts unnaturally long, that stack of paper. Can a tornado that believes in this concept of infinity replies is, given enough time, yes. Because they are using the word infinity to avoid the word God. And why? That's my question. Now, I'm asking a question with the assumption that that's the word. They're willing to say infinite, but they're not willing to say God. My argument has been because preserving autonomy is the number one goal. Unreal. At least from a more Calvinistic perspective, it is. Now, get into issues of the hardness of heart and stuff, but it's a valid argument in this instance. We'll just leave it as simple as possible. How about you? I really don't understand how it's rational to utilize a supernatural concept to disprove a supernatural. See, it's logical to say, well, there are, at least it's consistent. But if you try to say, well, supernatural doesn't exist because of this, and my point is infinity is unobservable. Never can it or will it be observable in any form whatsoever on the physical physical reality. Oh, another one in the out. They got another one. Now the old folks home. So, yeah. I've been thinking about how my last week at the company is going to be, hours-wise. There's no chance for overtime in 4 days. It's because I'm also going to be spending 3 hours. Yeah! I'm going to be spending 3 hours a day shadowing the new job. It's just tight. Overpromise and still deliver. Overpromise and still deliver. It's underpromise and overdeliver, man. Overpromise and still deliver. That's my motto. So if you don't know where the but why though, but why though? But why though? That's what you call it, limiting. Yeah, man, limiting. Why you not sit down and chair? It's limiting. Yeah, make no sense, bro. Why don't you come sit down, man? So we can get this meeting started. This Key and Peele episode called Proud Thug. And it kind of shows the absurdity of pride. Very funny stuff. Dirty. Those dirty mouths. But that's not the point. It actually is kind of part of the point. Too. If you think about it. No crazy conspiratorial dreams last night. I only have extremely vague recollections of what I did dream. Is that yesterday? No, I'm doing I still have the vocabulary for my French. I bit my tongue a little on that. That was kind of unusual. Yeah. This starting at 7 is like such a relief. Tell you what. But my current physical setup is certainly not ideal. It's all good, because I'll be relocating and prayerfully for those of you that have been interested in Farmunity, my family is getting ready to experience some of the first stages. Preparation stage. And it can look different. It can look in many different ways. Not look, it can exist. It can be accomplished in many different ways. The preparation phase, you want to make as short as possible. A couple of years, 2 or 3 years. So you take 2 to 3 years, you get your expenses down, all the way down, and then you save up as much as you possibly can. But why though? For a transition. So there's the preparation stage, and then the transition stage. And this is starting to sound really unusual if you don't have context. Good morning. Talking about Farmunity transitions and preparations, not other types of transitions. We're not talking about that crazy Gamoran behavior at all, for the record. Truth Breeze, long time no see. What's up? It's interesting because there's also froze moments. Truth Freeze and froze moments. How about that? How about that? So you go to the preparation phase for Farmunity. You save. Transition phase could involve the purchase of land, and you already have means to survive on that land. Y'all are so awesome for speeding. Oh my goodness. Or it the partnering with several people. One person's the one getting the land. Another person is the one coordinating RVs, multiple RVs and other living arrangements. Maybe another one has the skill and ability to construct temporary housing, but like fast, like I don't know, less than a month. I don't even know. How long we must all wait. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you're referring to your username or if you're referring to Farmunity. In regards to Farmunity, my family and other folks are setting our mind and goal eyes. That's what I meant to say. We're setting our eyes on 2024 for the year of implementation. Occupy till I return. Okay. Truth Freeze, it almost sounds like what you're saying is your username means that the length of time that we must wait between until the second coming of Jesus. I don't know if that's what you mean. If so, that's somewhat clever. Interesting. But anyway. Yeah. Gotcha. That's clever. I don't know if you made that up yourself or it comes from somewhere, but either way, it's pretty clever. Interesting stuff. All right. So planning, preparing. Technically, we've been in the planning phase for no less than 5 years. Now we're entering into the preparing phase, and within the next about 4 years, we'll begin the transition and implementation phases. And the plan is to start the transition no later than 2024. There's no telling how long the implementation phase will take. Oh, wow. Too literal. I'm too literal. I'm like thinking of a lollipop, like a frozen popsicle, because freeze, tasty freeze, frozen. But it makes way more sense if you spell it correctly, because autism, #autism. I don't know. I might be a little autistic. I don't know. it doesn't even matter, because I don't even really believe in all that stuff. And again, Master of Arts, clinical psych. Come on now. But anyway, no, it's a great name. It's great. I like it. It reminds me of the thing Jesus Saves, and you put those two words together, and USA is in the middle. It just kind of reminds me a little bit of that. Jesus saves the USA. Yeah, I know. It's got its issues. I'm not... whatever. Just leave me alone. No, I like Truth Freeze. It's good. So, in our position, personally, what it looks like is going to be the more reasonable method. Is RV to destination. Destination requires limited preparations. Limited preparations to get power and septic or whatever set up. Limited preparations. Power and septic. That's what, you know. And then next stage in the starting, what you build is a little clubhouse. A little one. But a little one that is able to be expanded upon to make the heart, the main clubhouse. So you start with one that can just simply be I don't know, a couple of different things: office space, bathroom, kitchen, and seating, like a place for joining together, but a little one. And then you situate the plan on how you make that clubhouse. And you situate it for expandability. I don't know about the process of adding foundation. As far as I understand it, it's not that big of a deal, but you know, you just kind of have to follow the same scheme. Make sure that you keep it all level, and I don't know. But yeah, RV situated. You got your shelter, your means of shelter taken care of. But then you have to, I think that the very first structure is the clubhouse. And then over time you start building the other things. Houses, Olapinis. You do that. I don't know. There's a lot of overlap, and I'm not saying I know the exact order, the best order for these things, but thing that seems logical is the clubhouse gets built first, after you get plumbing and electricity to your new site. That's how I see it. And right now we're 4 years before that event. So that is to say that it's 4 years of preparation, saving, and setting aside. So you have to situate yourself to be able to do so. Well, why? What's the end goal? If you don't know, then I don't know. If you don't already know why, have to start from the beginning and look up some of the Farmmunity 2024 videos. So there's only one so far that's actually titled that. Most of the other videos are like this one, where the title doesn't match and you don't know what to expect. Because I started this video talking about one thing and then it led to a different thing, entirely different topic. Well, anyway, it's Friday. I'm wrapping up my week. I'm like at 50 hours right now. So the goal is to get to 5 o'clock, 5 to 5. Just get a little bit over 60 hours and call it a week. And yeah, that's it. That is it. Next week's going to be pretty chaotic, because I'll be bouncing between 2 jobs, and I've got some errands. Got some errands to run, you know what I mean? Know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's gonna be a day. Yesterday wasn't too bad. I did 5:30 to 6, 12 and a half hours. Got home. It felt luxurious to get home at like 6:40. I felt like, wow, I got to see my children for the first time in weeks. And apart from a weekend, guys, apart from a weekend. But they were all excited to see their daddy. You know, stayed up a little bit. It was good. It was good. They know that change is coming. They're aware. They are aware. My eyes are so crusty. Krusty the Clown is literally in my eyeball. Okay, not actually. Not actually, but literally. Well, hypothetically. Given enough time. Given enough time, Krusty the Clown could be in your eyeball. Oh yeah? Is that a fact? The fictional cartoon character, given enough time, could be in my eyeball? Given enough time? Yeah. Yeah. That's what I started this off with. My only real logical word, I don't know, the only thing I can really say about somebody that believes that given enough time, anything can happen. All I can say is that's a supernatural belief. That belief requires the supernatural. Anyway, you get it. I can't get here early enough. I've been here earlier, but it's just amazing to me, I leave at 4:25 and it's 5, It's over 35 minutes. And there's not traffic. I wasn't held up, It's supposed to be a 35-minute drive. And somehow, maybe there was a couple of red lights. I don't know. I don't know. The po-po. The po-po. The po-po is behind me. I did not run that light. It was red after I passed the bulk line, which was legal operation of my motor vehicle. It was because I was past the point of no return, as they call it, and you don't care. But I still have a little bit of paranoia, and I think that I am always about to get pulled over, even though I ain't got no guilty conscience. I'm just driving and following the law. But sometimes the po-po don't care at all. Did you like my song? If you made it this far in the video, you deserve a song. Because I wouldn't, well, I don't want to say that. I'm very annoyed by what people find entertaining to do on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain people that they talk about certain things and say certain things that are just like, this is what you call entertainment, and they're just the vile words and ideas, and I'm just not a big fan. Like I said before, I'm just not a big fan of sodomy, so I don't want to hear about it all the time, and that's why I've stopped listening to certain channels, because it's all people like to talk about for some ungodly reason. Like, just give it a rest, can we? Can we like Philippians 4 this thing, please? Can we please Philippians 4 this? Because I'm sick and tired of the sodomy, guys. That's all I have to say. That's all I'm getting at. That's all I'm trying to say. If you think about it, really. Know what I mean? Alright, have a good life. I'm going to go to work. Arrivederci. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength.